Have you ever wondered why, after months of dedication, your progress suddenly grinds to a halt? You start out strong, seeing results week after week, feeling more energized, stronger, and even a little proud every time you look in the mirror. But then, almost without warning, everything slows down. The scale won't budge, your lifts stall, and your motivation starts to slip. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, research shows that nearly 90% of people hit a plateau within 6 months of starting a new fitness journey. It's one of the most frustrating experiences in health and fitness, and it's the reason so many people give up just when they're on the verge of real, lasting change. But here's the truth. Plateaus aren't a sign that you're failing. They're a sign that your body is adapting, and adaptation is exactly what your body is designed to do. When you first start working out or eating better, your body is shocked into change. It burns more calories, builds muscle, and sheds fat because everything you're doing is new. But as the weeks go by, your body gets smarter. It learns how to do the same work with less effort. Your metabolism slows, your muscles become more efficient, and the same routine that once delivered results now barely moves the needle. This is the plateau, a natural, predictable part of the process. So why does this happen to almost everyone? The answer lies in the way our bodies are wired for survival. For thousands of years, our ancestors faced periods of feast and famine. The human body evolved to conserve energy, store fat, and resist change as a way to survive tough times. When you start losing weight or building muscle, your body senses a threat to its status quo. Hormones shift, hunger increases, and your metabolism subtly slows down. It's not sabotage, it's self-preservation. But in today's world, where food is abundant and movement is optional, this ancient survival mechanism can work against us. The good news is, you're not stuck. Plateaus aren't permanent. In fact, they're a signal that it's time to level up your approach. Most people make the mistake of doubling down on what worked in the beginning. More cardio, fewer calories, longer workouts. But this only pushes your body further into conservation mode. The real secret is to outsmart your body's adaptation by introducing strategic changes at the right time. And that's exactly what we're going to cover today. The 3 secrets to breaking through any plateau instantly, no matter your age, experience, or starting point. Before we dive into the solutions, let's get clear on what a plateau really is. It's not just a week or 2 weeks without progress. True plateaus last for several weeks, despite consistent effort. You're still showing up, still eating well, still training hard, but nothing is changing. This is your body's way of telling you it's time for a new challenge. And the first step to breaking through is to recognize the signs early so you can act before frustration turns into burnout. The first secret is to change your training stimulus. If you've been doing the same workouts with the same weights, reps, and rest periods, your body has already adapted. The solution is to shake things up. Try a new training split, increase the intensity, or switch from machines to free weights. If you're used to high reps, try lower reps with heavier weights. If you always do steady-state cardio, add intervals or circuit training. The goal is to surprise your body and force it to adapt to something new. Even small changes like adjusting your grip, tempo, or exercise order can reignite progress. Remember, your muscles don't know the difference between a barbell and a dumbbell. They only respond to new challenges. The second secret is to optimize your recovery. Most people think progress happens in the gym, but the real magic happens when you rest. If you're constantly pushing harder, sleeping less, and ignoring signs of fatigue, your body will fight back by holding on to fat and refusing to build muscle. Prioritize sleep, manage stress, and schedule regular deload weeks where you reduce intensity and volume. This gives your body a chance to repair, rebuild, and come back stronger. Recovery isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And often, the fastest way to break a plateau is to do less, not more. The third secret is to reassess your nutrition. As your body changes, so do your nutrition needs. What worked at the start of your journey may not work now. If you've lost weight, your metabolism is likely slowed and you may need fewer calories. If you've gained muscle, you might need more protein or carbs to fuel growth. Track your intake for a week and look for patterns. Are you eating enough to support your goals? Are you getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats? Sometimes simply increasing your calories for a few days, known as a refeed, can reset your metabolism and jumpstart progress. Other times, tightening up your portions or cutting out mindless snacking can make all the difference. But here's the most important thing. Don't panic. Plateaus are not a sign of failure. They're a sign that you're making progress. Every time you hit a wall, you're one step closer to a breakthrough. The key is to stay curious, stay flexible, and be willing to experiment. Fitness is not a straight line. It's a series of peaks, valleys, and plateaus. The people who succeed are the ones who keep moving forward even when progress slows. So, if you're stuck right now, take a deep breath. You're not alone, and you're not broken. You're simply at the next stage of your journey. And with the right strategies, you can break through any plateau and keep moving towards your goals. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into each of these 3 secrets, giving you practical tips and real-world examples to help you put them into action starting today. Let's start by putting the first secret, changing your training stimulus, into action. If you've been following the same workout plan for months, your body has likely mastered every move. This is the perfect time to introduce variety. Swap out familiar exercises for new ones that challenge your muscles in different ways. For example, if you always bench press, try incline dumbbell presses or push-ups with a pause at the bottom. If you're a runner, add hill sprints or interval training. Even changing the order of your exercises or the tempo of your reps can make a big difference. The key is to keep your body guessing. Every few weeks, review your routine and make at least one meaningful change. Not only will this reignite physical progress, but it will also keep your workouts mentally engaging and fun. Now, let's talk about optimizing recovery. It's easy to overlook rest when you're focused on results, but recovery is where the real transformation happens. Make sleep a non-negotiable priority and aim for 7 to 9 hours each night. Incorporate active recovery days with light movement, stretching, or yoga. Listen to your body. If you're feeling run down, take an extra rest day or reduce your workout intensity. Remember, soreness and fatigue are signals, not badges of honor. Schedule a deload week every 6 to 8 weeks where you cut your training volume in half. This allows your muscles, joints, and nervous system to fully recover and adapt, setting the stage for your next breakthrough. Finally, reassess your nutrition with honesty and curiosity. Track your food intake for a week, not just what you eat, but how much and when. Are you fueling your workouts with enough protein and complex carbs? Are you eating out of habit, boredom, or stress? Small tweaks can have a big impact. If you've been in a calorie deficit for months, try a short refeed period to boost your metabolism and restore energy. If you've gotten lax with portions or snacking, tighten things up for a week and see how your body responds. Hydration matters too. Sometimes a plateau is simply your body's way of asking for more water. The real secret to breaking through any plateau is to approach it as an opportunity, not a setback. Plateaus force you to learn, adapt, and grow. They teach you patience, resilience, and creativity. Most importantly, they remind you that fitness is a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. The next time you hit a wall, remember these 3 secrets. Change your training, prioritize recovery, and fine-tune your nutrition. Stay flexible, stay positive, and trust that every plateau is just a stepping stone to your next level. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Keep going, and you'll get there.